Hi everyone, this is the 19th video of the ACT Math Practice Problem series, and here we have an example where we have to evaluate the value of an algebraic expression. And as I always recommend, before seeing the solution, you can pause the video and give it a try yourself, and after that of course you want to match with my solution. So let's get started. So here the question says that if x is equal to -2, then what is the value of this large expression? Let me highlight it. So here is an algebraic expression and we have to find out the value of that expression if x is equal to -2. That means we have to substitute the value of x everywhere. Wherever you see x, we have to plug in a -2 and then we have to simplify it and find out the actual value of this expression. And if you are thinking, oh my god, there are like so many places where you have to plug in -2 and then you have to simplify it, it's looking like a big workout, right? And that is true. So maybe there is an easy way to evaluate this expression, right? Let's give that a try. I am now concerned about the rational portion here. If you look at this rational part of this expression, which is like a fraction here, x squared minus 9x plus 20 over x minus 5. So let's see if we can do something about that. I'm talking about that part. So let's see what we can get out of there. So from there, for this particular portion, can we say, okay, we have x squared minus 9x plus 20 over x minus 5. Now numerator looks like a quadratic expression, right? So can we somehow factor it? Maybe we can factor it, and maybe one of the factors should be x minus 5. That way maybe the denominator will disappear and the numerator will become much simpler, right? So let's give that a try. Now if you look at it, the constant term is 20, coefficient of x squared is 1. So if you try to come up with two possible factors of 20, I can clearly see that we can go with a -4 and a -5 as the two factors of 20, because if you multiply them, that will give you +20, but if you take an algebraic sum, that will give you -9, and that's the -9 that I am looking at right there. So then can we write it like this? So we can easily factor it. So let's write it like x squared minus 4 times x and minus 5 times x. So that is our -9 times x, right? And then plus 20, and then numerator has x minus 5. So from here, can we say, okay, in the numerator, if you look at the first two terms right here, the first two terms, they have a common factor of x. So we say this is x times x minus 4. And then if you look at the next two terms, which is -5x plus 20, so that is going to give us again, if we take -5 as a common factor, that would leave us with x minus 4. And we have x minus 5 in the denominator. Now from here, what do we get? Well, we get x minus 4 as a common factor out, and then we are going to be left with this positive x and the -5. So that is x minus 5. And then in the denominator, we have x minus 5. Now if you think about it, x minus 5 is definitely not 0, otherwise it would not be present in the denominator. Because it is present in the denominator, it is definitely not equal to 0. And because x is -2, in this case, obviously the denominator would be -7, not 0. So now can we divide both the numerator and the denominator by x minus 5? And if we do that, this will become 1, and there also it will become 1. So now what we are going to be left with? Well, we are going to be left with x minus 4 times 1 divided by 1, that is essentially x minus 4. Right? So that yellow box in the original expression there in the question, that yellow box is now looking like just x minus 4. Well, that's kind of nice. So if we can substitute that with x minus 4, then let me write it right here. So the yellow box is x minus 4. I'm writing up there x minus 4. And then outside of that, we have a plus x plus 10. So that is actually 2 times x and plus 6, because +10, -4, that will give us +6. So 2 times x plus 6. And what is the value of x? Well, x is actually -2. So that is 2 times of -2 plus 6. And that is -4 plus 6. And that is equal to +2. And that is our answer. So we have found the answer. And if we look at our answer options, we have +2 under option B. So B is the correct option. So whenever we have a crazy looking expression like this, you always want to give it a quick look and see if we can somehow simplify it a little bit. And that way, you don't have to punch in so many numbers, and you don't have to punch in so many things in your calculator to ultimately evaluate the value. So in this case, I would rather prefer to do it this way than plugging in the value of x in the calculator, because while typing in the calculator, there also you could have a typo error, right? So always try to see if you can simplify the expression and then evaluate. I hope everything made sense. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.